to make butter. Butter tastes heavenly, but it can be fattening because it's made from pure milk fat. However, homemade butter, which does not have any fillers or preservatives, is somewhat healthier. If you would like a better alternative to commercial brands, then learn how to make butter at home. It's easier than you think, and some folks swear it tastes so much better than store-bought butter. You don't really need special equipment to make your own butter from scratch. If you have an electric mixer, then your job involves minimal labor. But if you don't, you can just use an ordinary jam jar with a tight lid. A cream charger is also great if you have one. It lets you shake the cream and it can find space. Remember to soak everything you will use, spoon, bowls, butter hands, pastry press, etc., in some very cold water for at least 13 minutes beforehand. Working with cold equipment will keep the butter solid and easy to work on. Here are the steps. To make butter, you will need some pasteurized double cream that has been allowed to stand at room temperature. If you can't find double cream, then use ordinary whipping cream. Actually, you can use fresh milk to make butter because that's where cream comes from anyway. But if you opt for this, you will have to mix and shake for longer than usual. Homogenized milk or cream will also work, but the finished product won't be as well aerated. Step 1. Pour the cream into a metal mixing bowl that has been sterilized and given a cold bath in some ice water. The cold will make it easier for the fats to harden. Start the electric mixer to whisk at a medium speed until you see the cream getting thicker. 2. You can also use a tightly lidded jam jar as long as it's sterilized beforehand. Pour the cream and close the lid tightly and start shaking. You can hold the jar near the neck to make it easier to make short stabbing motions with your hand. Keep at it. By agitating the cream, you will eventually get the butter to separate. 3. As the cream continues to whip, you will see it become clotted and separate. You should observe some globules and a thinner liquid. The globules are butter, the thin liquid is buttermilk, and at this point, it will be sloshing about quite a bit in the bowl. 4. Get a sterilized sleeve and pour the butter into it to drain as much buttermilk as you can. You may want to save the buttermilk. It's surprisingly refreshing and does not taste sour at all. Of course, it will be different from commercial buttermilk, which has had thickeners and milk culture added to it. 5. Return the drained butter into the mixer and whisk for about 1 minute to get more buttermilk out. You want to leave nothing but the butter itself. This will prolong its shelf life and keep it from turning rancid shortly. Strain the butter again. 6. Put the butter in a clean bowl and pour in some very cold water. If you have butter hands or a pastry press, use them or it to squeeze out as much liquid as possible. Again, this is to help the butter to keep. If you have neither butter hands nor a pastry press, knead the butter with your hands. 6. Drain the water and wash the butter 2 more times. Add a little dairy salt to the butter to preserve it if you wish. Unsalted butter lasts for about a week when refrigerated, while salted butter lasts for 2. If you want to add an extra kick to your finished product, here is how to make butter flavored. Just fold in the extra spices and flavoring right after adding in the salt. You can leave the butter in a tub for scooping or shape it into bars.